Everybody, welcome to CastorsCorner.com. I'm your host Cleo here for another toy of the day. You can go to CastorsCorner.com for a full gallery of this figure. You can follow us. We are at Castors Corner on all social media. Hit the subscribe button. Follow us, hit the subscribe button. You won't miss out on any of the reviews. You won't miss out on any of the stuff. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the podcast. New episodes coming very, very soon. We're starting to record again. So we're going to start season 2 is kind of what I'm calling it. It's kind of, I don't know if it's going to change. It's just new episodes, and I needed the break after we lost our little mascot. But yeah, catch up on old episodes. And tonight's toy of the day is this beautiful figure. I guess you can call it beautiful. I have some thoughts on it. I'm not 100% sold on it, but the Justice League show, Justice League Unlimited, animated series, all the Timverse, I guess you'd call it, really had an impact on me. And I think the breadth of characters that they use throughout both series and the interconnection between all the heroes is what we would hope a DC universe would be in TV and movies, but never has achieved. It's what we've seen building in Marvel. There's still a few things that need to kind of get worked out and kind of brought into the bigger MCU. But for the most part, DC has never had that unity besides the animated series. So it really does hold a special place in my heart. It was also part of that period of time where I wasn't collecting. And so it kind of kept me in that world by wanting to see the episodes and watching a lot. And so McFarlane kind of out of the gate jumped into the animated world heavily with Superman, Batman, and Green Lantern. And then since then has trailed off. We've gotten a few variations on Superman, a few variations on Batman. But for the most part, original characters in that animated Timverse haven't shown up in this. And DC Collectibles did a line of them, of the big 7, but 8, actually. I think they did 8. They just missed the mark. They really did. And the Batman animated series figures were so fragile that it made it hard to want to support the line. The proportions were off in the Justice League ones. The Batman animated broke very easily just by posing them. The designs for the Bruce Timm animated universe, just really never captured, like this. Never really captured the beauty, or the figures never really captured the beauty of the series because they were not drawn to be three-dimensional. They were drawn to be cartoons. And because of that, big barrel-chested heroes or very, very thin and tall, and they all kind of worked like a V. So the characters started off broad here and kind of came down. And you can see that here with the first two that we looked at a while ago. The Batman and Superman, which look great pose. Like, they look incredible pose. And you'll see kind of the group shot that I took of these guys earlier. It'll be the feature image for this video. But you can see for Batman, very, very wide shoulders and no support down here. So that trend continues. Now, when you get to characters like Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, it doesn't really work. What does work is for the Flash, because although he is, I love this shot of them together, and he can kind of look like he's running. It does work for the Flash a little bit to his advantage. Find some place to put him, some clear space. So you can get him into a running pose, and I'll straighten him out in a second. He can also, so this works as a stabilizer piece. You can put this down and use it to kind of as a stand, because it does have a peg at the bottom, or a place for a peg at the bottom. So you can have this foot as the base foot, or as a extra kind of standing point. And it looks like he's got the electricity running through him or running out. So what's nice about him is he is smaller overall, than Batman and Superman and Green Lantern. So there is not as much weight on the upper part of on the lower part. There's not as much weight bearing down on that lower part of the figure. So it balances a little bit better. And you'll see in the pictures. I will say, as you kind of pose him out, trying to look for a flat surface that I can show you. Sorry, I have to use another product box to do it. You can see he does balance out pretty well. And he's kind of like, I'm not holding this steady. It's kind of shaking a little bit. And you can see he kind of wobbles a little bit, but he stays in position. Now, from what I've seen, he's pretty good. Now, couple issues here. First of all, he comes with 2 sets of hands. So he's got the fist and the open hand, the hand that can hold things. And he comes with a set of running hands. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to hear this, but I'll try it. You hear that kind of like click? So that click is the hand kind of, fitting in. Problem is, with the other ones, it just kind of falls off. So I have found that these kind of open running hands, they fall off pretty easy. So those probably won't be my standard hands for him. It'll probably be the fist and kind of the gripping hand for him, to be honest with you. He does have very, very tiny ankles. So after a while, he does kind of fall forward, depending on how you pose him. So depending on how you balance it out, those will give way and just kind of fall right over. Now, he's a $20 figure, right? He is not a $350 figure. And we'll get to that at some point. So, it's just something to watch out for. He is really, really deep red. The lightning symbol is great. Head's great. I did notice when I got him, I went to twist his head just a little bit to repose it. It popped right off. The barbell on the inside of this figure is very, very thin. So reapplying that head without heat did start to bend the neck peg, the neck barbell there. And so just be very, very careful with that if it does pop off. Your mileage may vary on it, but I did notice it start to kind of stress and look like it was going to snap. I was worried about. So I heated up the head in some hot water and was able to get it on really easily. But doing it cold, it was not going to happen. So with him, you get the 2 sets of hands. You get a figure stand, the normal McFarlane figure stand, and the lightning. So I think for $20 now, showing up at Target in end caps, we'll post a picture of the end cap or the feature box or whatever, the end of the aisle cap. You've seen it all over Instagram. We'll be posting pictures tomorrow. I took some pictures of it. It has a Batman Beyond ink as Batman Beyond, a black and silver version of this animated Superman. I wish it was white and had a little bit different design, so it was the future Superman. I'm not a fan of that one, so I didn't pick that one up. And then a modern Superman look, which again, I didn't get. So the only one of those 4 I picked up was Flash. What I did notice on the back of the ink figure, if I can get the picture up, lots and lots of stuff. So this is what the shipper looks like. You can see it at the end of the aisle. They're $19.99. And then I did notice a really good shot of what the Gotham Knights Red Hood is going to look like. So there's that. So that was good to kind of see on the back of the package. The other thing is this Flash is not technically based on Justice League or Justice League Unlimited. It's based on Superman the Animated Series from one of the episodes where he races Superman. And so, but the design's close enough. Excuse me. There are slight differences. Very, very slight differences in this design versus what was in the actual cartoon for the Justice League. So I think it works just fine to have like these 4 kind of together. I really hope that Wonder Woman, Hawkgirl, and Martian Manhunter definitely come out at some point. I know they're committed to kind of continuing to really fill out teams or kind of make these groupings. But it's been like January 2020, right? When these came out. And this is really the first expansion past Batman and Superman that we've seen in the animated world. And so I hope it doesn't take another 2 years to get a Martian Manhunter or a Wonder Woman or a Hawkgirl. But so I hope they come up soon. And I don't really know if I'd want a villain, to be honest with you. So go to the comments and tell me who you'd want to see from the rest of the animated world. But like I said, I'll put a full gallery up on castorscorner.com. You can check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We're at Kastor's Corner. Check out the Cornercast podcast. Catch up on old episodes. We'll be doing new episodes very soon. We recorded a few, and we just want to get a couple in the can, so this way we're on schedule. Because we're going to come into the holidays. I'm going to take a little break from everything. And then hit the subscribe button below. The more of you that subscribe, the more cool things we get to do, and then we get to share them with you. And that's been the best part of this year, is be able to share all these experiences and learn from you, and hopefully you learn something from me, and we kind of share this and normalize the things that we like, because sometimes it's not normal. Or at least people tell us it's not. So as we say every night, Jaxie, we miss you and we love you and we wish you were here. And for those of you coming back tomorrow, we will see you here on castorscorner.com for another Toy of the Day. Have a good night, everybody.